Welcome back to the channel. My name is a-bomb. Welcome back to Football Manager 2021 and Eastern Resurgence 2 with Steaua Bucharest. As promised, we have jumped forward a fair bit. We're into November, and today we're taking on FMRo in our home game. We're 10 games into the season. We're going to have a lot to get through today. I think we played like 7 games off camera. Got some new signings to show you, so there's a lot to get through, and we'll jump into it. And if you're enjoying the series, do drop a like down below, leave comments. It's the best way to help and support the channel. If you haven't done so already, or if you're new, then do subscribe and turn on notifications. And additionally, I do have a second channel. I've got a gaming channel where we play a bunch of different games over there. I've just finished up Bioshock Infinite, the 3rd game in the Bioshock series. I've been playing Tomb Raider over there, Death Stranding, all sorts of games. So if you like some sort of variety content, then go check it out. Links in the description. Love to get some more eyes on the gaming stuff. But we're here for Football Manager today. As I said, we're taking on Vita, but jumped ahead a good 2 or 3 months after going out in the Europa Conference League. So now the full focus will be on the league campaign. Yeah, it turns out that Midtjylland was just a little bit too far for us in the Europa Conference League, but we got to the 4th qualifying round. We did really, really well to beat Kirat from Kazakhstan, to beat Derry from Ireland. We've done well, but Midtjylland was just a step too far. We lost 3-1 at home, and then had a ridiculous 5-3 defeat in the second leg, which ended 8-4 on aggregate to Midtjylland, who qualified for the group stages of the Europa Conference League. And we drop out of Europe, and we have just a league to focus on this season, and maybe the cup. Who knows? We might get through in the cup again this year and see if we can go on a run there. Also, between those 2 legs, we had possibly our worst performance of the whole series so far, as we lost 3-0 against FCSB in that derby. And it was just a rotten performance by us. Unfortunately, it was just horrible. But the results have been much, much better since going out of Europe. I think that distraction now being over with has helped us focus more on the league. There was a lot of fixture congestion because we were playing midweek almost every week. So there was a lot of games to get through. And now that they're out of the way, we can go back to hopefully some regular, weekly games. And we have been winning games. We've been doing much better. We have got some new players to show you. As you can see, there's a few more players that have been loaned out. An awful lot of players being loaned out, but they need to try and realise that potential. And I don't think they will necessarily get it playing in our under-19s. So we have 3 new signings to show you, and they're all in that front 3. I think that's why we needed a bit of strength in depth. So that's what we've done. We've bought 1 player for each position. We've got a left-sided attacker and a right-sided attacker. And we've got ourselves a striker because Ispas hasn't scored in what seems like an eternity. We'll start with our left-sided player. This is Radim Vandas, who is 20 years old and Czech. He's a pacey winger, which I think is something we need. His delivery and his technicals aren't as good as I'd like them to be, but he's got very good pace and acceleration, great stamina, good teamwork and work rate. His technique's good. Crossing at 11, it's not terrible, but I'd like it to be, a bit higher. He's on £1,000 a week. It's a fair bit of money. It was a free transfer, last playing for Kunovic in Czech Republic. Played 5 appearances for them this season. Got 2 assists and actually did really well. And he's been a consistent performer for them in the Czech divisions as well. In the lower leagues though. So he was on like a non-contract, I think, or like an amateur contract. And we brought him in, and yeah, hopefully he does well. For the forward position, we've got Leon Sipos, who is Croatian. He's 25. He can be a target man. He can be like a pressing forward, which is something we can maybe make use of. He hasn't scored for us yet. He's only had a couple of appearances from the bench, but I think that's what he's going to be used for. He's going to be hopefully a sort of impact sub that can do stuff. 6'3" with 15 jumping reach and 12 heading, so he can be good in the air hopefully. Brave. He's decent off the ball, not a bad work rate. He's coming from Argish. It's cost £55,000. He was transfer listed because he was on the last year of his contract. This is Egzon Dinoza. He's a Montenegrin winger who can play on either side. Yes, he's 5'6", but he also has 14 pace and acceleration and good technical stats as well. He's got 1 strength and 1 jump in reach, so he can't jump and he literally can't hurt a fly. But he's got 12 crossing and dribbling. His first touch is okay. His passing's good. He's got great determination and flair. He's got, as I said, 14 pace and acceleration with agility as well. He's already got 2 goals for us. He's cost £70,000. Last played for Iskra in Montenegro. 4 goals and 5 assists last season. 9 goals and 12 assists before that as well. He's been putting in some consistent performances in Montenegro. So hopefully he can do the same for us. And as I said, he's already got 2 goals. So that brings us on to the games that we played off camera, starting off with a 2-0 win against CSA, who have had a very up and down start. They're currently sitting mid-table, but did win a game very early on by 9 goals to 2. This one, though, ended with a 2-0 win for us. 2 goals in the sort of first half. Ismail getting a goal on 22 minutes, and then not long after that, Mbungu with, I think, his 3rd or 4th of the season, getting the goal for himself. We had another goal disallowed not long after that. 6 went down to 10 men late on with Hegedush getting a straight red card. It was a dominant and comfortable win, really. We had plenty of possession. XG was really, really good. We maybe could have got more goals. It was a much more improved performance from the ones we've been seeing recently. We lost all 3 games on camera last episode. So for us to, improve and get a win here, it was definitely needed. We then went on and we thrashed Universitatea Craiova 5-1. Just some really clinical performances here and some great football. We went from one of our worst performances of this series to one of the better ones. I don't know how often we've scored 5 in this series. It can't be often at all. But we did so here against Craiova. And this was the game in which Dinoza got his first goals. We actually went behind though. Koljic with a goal for Craiova in the 9th minute. We have conceded a lot of set-piece goals recently. This was one of them, I think. But there's been a lot of those, giving away corners and goals from corners. It's definitely something we need to work on. Dinoza did get the equalising goal on his debut. It was on 21 minutes to make it 1-1. And then we took a lead with Lovren Nezovic getting a goal, playing up top. And then 2 minutes after that, Dinoza scored again. 38th minute, it was 3-1. And then in the second half, we kicked on and got a couple more goals. Nezovic adding his second on 66 minutes. And then 2 minutes after that, Ismail getting in on the action, scoring our 5th goal. So really, really good performance. Just clinical finishing. Craiova weren't terrible. They just, I don't know, they just weren't very good at the back, I don't think. Pigliacelli, poor guy, conceding 5 and getting a 6.0. Grabe conceded 5 in that European match and got a 6.9. We then went on to get our 3rd straight win as we beat Sepsi away from home by 2-1. And then again, just a little bit more clinical than our opponents, who actually out XG'd us in this one. But yeah, we managed to get the 2-1 win here. And it was another early goal for us as Taufik Ismail scored to make it 1-0 inside 6 minutes. But it was Boldenkov for Sepsi actually scoring at either end. He equalised for Sepsi from another set piece on 37 minutes to make it 1-1. And then they had the ball in it another time, but Murachan's goal was deemed offside. And then Boldenkov put the ball in his own net in the 53rd minute. It was 2-1 to us. We took a lead. Might have been a bit lucky in this one to get 3 points. I would have settled for 1. But we've ended up with 3. And as I said, Sepsi out-XG'd us, but I think we were just a bit more clinical than they were. Also, Sepsi play very top-heavy with 3 strikers. So I think, they're very much like a glass cannon side. They might score goals, but I feel like they concede a lot. But after 3 pretty impressive wins, we did then drop points as we drew away against Hermannstadt in a very dull match. This was 1 goal apiece, this one. Not a great deal happened apart from these goals here. It was pretty boring, and we had to wait until the 86th minute to get a point, to save a point. So it wasn't a great performance. Hermannstadt, with an XG of 0.29, managed to take a lead. Zeric with a goal on 20 minutes. And then, as mentioned, 86th minute, we saved that point. Ismail getting the goal. And yeah, wasn't a great performance here by either side, really. And we, gave away a lot of possession, but, still passed the ball well. Struggled to break them down. Didn't really control the midfield. It was just a dull match. Not a great match, this one. Then we took on the weakest defence in the league, Academica Clinceni, the side that lost 9-2 to 6 Ureda. We won 2-1, back to winning ways here, so we are unbeaten in our past 4 games. We were the better team here. We let them back in with a goal, managed to hold on though. Second half was a bit boring, but we defended well. And it was Morong getting the first goal for us and breaking the deadlock on 17 minutes to make it 1-0. And then Vasilescu managed to get himself a goal. I haven't seen that too much. And he got the goal on 31 minutes. In the team at the moment, out of necessity, really, because Cimpianu, our young defender, was injured for about 6 weeks. So Vasilescu and Nedeleia have been our 2 under-21s that we have to play. So we were 2-0 up. We did get pegged back not long after the second goal, though. Mihai Dragos with the goal for Academica Clinceni. So it ended 2-1. Second half did sort of fly by, but we defended well and managed to hold on to that 2-1 lead and get another 3 points. And then lastly, it was a win in the Cup. And I don't know how many times it's happened, but we drew Dinamo again. Another eternal derby in the Romanian Cup. I feel like that's the 3rd time that's happened in 6 series. We always seem to draw Dinamo. There must be someone rigging this cup draw, surely. But we did manage to win 2-1 in the eternal derby in the Cup. And a very early pair of goals for Ismail. We scored inside 40 seconds to make it 1-0. Very, very good start. And in the 14th minute, it was 2-0. Ismail scoring again. So, we were well on top. Didn't see much more from us in the game, to be honest. XG just over 1, so second half was just a little bit more pedestrian. We did give a goal away, and it was a known goal as well. Manalake going for the tackle, but unfortunately managed to divert the ball into the goal behind grab. So yeah, we did get pegged back to 2-1, but managed to hold on and get through into the next round of the cup, where I think we're against a 3rd division side. So 6th round, we're against Fortuna, that team. I'm not going to say that second word. So as I said, after going out in the Europa Conference League, performance is definitely improved. And we've jumped up to 4th place with 10 games played. And we're just a point behind the leaders who are currently Craiova at the moment, the side that we beat 5-1. But yeah, the league looking very strange at the moment. FCSB down in 7th. Gazmetan Mediash, champions last season, in 3rd. Viitorul, our opponents today, in 2nd. So very, very tight at the top. We're only 10 games in, so it's very early in the season still. But we are a third of the way through. But, you know, still a lot of games to play. So hopefully we can stay sort of in and around the top 6 and get into another playoff next season. So we are out of the Europa Conference League, but there are some sides still in the Conference League. Cluj are in the group stages, but they currently sit bottom of a group with Dundee, Mönchengladbach and HGK. And also Mediash sit at the bottom of Group F with Twente, Bratislava and Olympiacos, who they actually got a draw away from home against in Greece. So that was quite impressive, but they sit bottom of that group. And those are the 2 remaining teams. Gaz went out of the Champions League qualifiers and then dropped out of the Europa League into the conference group stages. And as you saw, Cluj also here. But UTA Arad, winners of the Romanian Cup, they lost their qualifier. So 2 teams left in Europe in Romania. So we'll see how they do. But I can't imagine they'll get through their groups. They're both bottom. So we'll see. But with that all out of the way, let's jump into today's match, shall we? We're against Viitorul. We're at home. Hopefully we can keep this little unbeaten run going. We haven't lost since we lost those games against Midtjylland and FCSB. We've only dropped points in 1 game, and that was against Hermannstad. So we're playing well at the moment. The good news is that STEAUA is back from his injury. He's still got like 2.5 years left on his deal. And I don't know when I'm going to start sort of bringing him in. We've got Nezovic there at the moment, who's in form. We could put him onto the bench today, maybe. I think we'll stick with the same team here that beat Dinamo in the Cup. They did pretty well, and they're in good spirits as well. They're doing well. We've got no injury concerns. We have a clean bill of health, so that's good news as well. Ciprian is back from his injury, but probably not fit enough to play today. So we'll stick with Suka and Manalake, and we'll have Vasilescu and Nedelea as our youngsters today. Also, because it's the league, I've got to remember to bring Goran Arias back in, and he has now gone up to 3.5 stars. He's got more stars now than Grayab has. So let's jump into the match and see if we can extend this little unbeaten run we're on. And, you know, 1 point behind the leaders, we could go top with this. Okay, we are well underway. First highlight here, 6 minutes in. It's Shofran to Nedelea. Here is Vasilescu to Dinoza, our rapid little pocket rocket on this right-hand side. Got 2 goals in his debut. Since then, hasn't managed to score, but still plenty of time to do so. Here's Maksimovic. Goes to Radu. Manalake to Maksimovic. Vasilescu, Nedelea, Dinoza. He's got Shofran coming in on the overlap. Goes to Maksimovic, who finds Shofran. Can he put a cross in there? He can, but Ismail, good block by the keeper. Bobok on the wing now for Viitorul. Goes for a cross, and it's headed over by Nitsa. Keeping that defensive line fairly high. We've got just edging it possession-wise. Viitorul have 5 shots, but haven't hit the target yet. 20 minutes, we have a throw here. Nezovic back to Radu. Here's Vasilescu to Radu. Maksimovic. Could be a chance for us to score here. Nezovic. Ismail gets there and gets the goal. Abdullah with, I think, a missed clearance. He's completely miskicked it. And Ismail puts us in front. 22nd minute. We lead 1-0. Hopefully we can get another goal before half-time. Cluj have taken the lead against Arad. But Maksimovic going for the ball to Nedelea here. And Abdullah trying to clear it, doesn't get to it. Ismail with an easy finish past the keeper. Highlight from kickoff, which could result in a swift reply for Viitorul. De Neuer to Nitsa. Coming into the middle. Fugaru. Still got it, holding it up. Skiopu goes for goal. Oh, hits the bar. Close one there for Viitorul, straight after our goal. As it stands, we are top of the table, due to other results going our way. Nedelea on the ball here. 27 minutes on the clock. Vasilescu looking for Nezovic there. Doesn't get him. Radu keeps it back in possession. Nezovic. Radu's on the overlap. Needs to be a good delivery here to maybe make it 2-0. It's straight into the hands of Cupboards. Coming forward again here, did well from the second ball from that clearance. Vasilescu over the top for Ismail, might be offside. He's hit the post anyway, but he was offside. Free kick here. Less than 10 minutes left of the first half. Goes to Vasilescu, his Nederlayer, and Ismail is through. And again, Cupboards makes the save. Could have done a bit better there. Okay, half-time. We lead 1-0 against what's been a very wasteful Viitorul. They've had just one shot on target out of 9. We have got that XG slightly better. Had a couple of chances to score other than our goal. So we've been the better team. I think we deserve our lead. Hopefully we can hold on to it. Dinoza's not had a good game. Really hasn't impacted the game much at all. So I'm going to bring him off. Going to bring on Prestige and Bungu. Going to bring it back to balance. Let's just try and hold on here. Been a very quiet second half. Hopefully we can kick on and hold on to this result. I'm going to go with I don't know what to do when we're winning. What shout works? Because praise sometimes works. I don't know if a demand more or an encourage. I never seem to be able to find a good shout that works when we're actually winning. When we just need to try and hold on for 10 minutes or so. Here's Nezovic. Ismail. Okay, easy finish for him. With a rebound. 2-0 and 2 goals for Ismail. Once again, he's like scoring at the moment. He got 22 goals last year. Hopefully he can kick on and get a similar number this season. Maksimovic with the ball through to Nezovic, who I thought was going to score here, but Cupboards does well, but then Ismail with the finish for the open goal, really. 2-0. Hopefully job done. Now we can praise and hopefully get a good reaction out of them. Well, I throw in here, so it could be another chance to compile the misery and get a third goal. Nezovic holds on under the attempted tackle and cleared by Dinoya, I think that was. Contescu coming forward now for Viitorul. Got a couple of white shirts in front of him. And he's going to go for goal. Again, wasteful. That's been Viitorul's whole game, really. Haven't been good. I think we will make our last change with 2 minutes to go. We're going to bring on Vandas for Nezovic. And with 4 minutes of stoppage time, hopefully we can hold on to this clean sheet. Contescu wins the header. Manalake back to him. Here's Todorov to Contescu. And the cross. And Fugaru has managed to get a goal back for Viitorul. So much for that clean sheet. And 4 minutes of stoppage time to get through. This could be a nervy few minutes if Viitorul continue this attack. Contescu with the cross here. And it's a goal back for Viitorul. Fugaru with the volley. What shout would you do now? Calm down, maybe? I don't know. Okay, calm down seems to have worked. We have held on for the 2-1 win. Viitorul, they weren't especially good. They weren't especially good. Looking at the ratings, okay, got some decent ratings out there, but apart from the goal, they were pretty wasteful. You know, 4 shots on target out of 14, not too good. I mean, we had 7. We were okay. Ismail got both goals. One of them was quite easy, really. A solid defensive performance apart from that late goal conceded. It was a good win. We go 2 points clear after that. Craiova still to play, but Cluj beating Arad. Sees Arad down in 10th. Cluj got up to 7th. Yeah, hopefully we can stay in and around the top 6. You know, that was a good win. So I think once again, I think we're going to jump ahead a little bit and go to maybe to the new year because we're going to have a winter break. In fact, we've got a huge break after the cup game. Again, I don't know why we have these breaks. There's a break of like almost a month. But yet when you get to the playoffs, there's such bad fixture congestion. It's just really, really difficult to get, you know, fitness together. So I don't know why they play these games so far apart when there's such a small gap in fixtures. I mean, let's look at last season, right? So we've got a 2-week break here. I guess that might be internationals, which I can get. So then you've got another break here. You've got a 2-week break. There's a 3-week break there. There's a month break between November and December. You've got the winter break. But then when you get into the playoffs here, there's 2 games a week almost every week. So surely some of these games can be played a bit closer together and it gives you an opportunity to maybe spread these playoff games out a little bit. I don't know why they don't do that. It's annoying, if anything. And also the season starts far too early as well. The guys barely get a pre-season holiday. The guys barely get an end of season break. They finish the season, they're expected back in training the next day, no holiday. But as I said last time, we are going to try and plough through the league for now. So I think next time we'll jump ahead and we'll come back after the winter break for Astra Giurgiu. But that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you for watching it. If you enjoyed it, then do drop a like down below and leave comments. It's the best way to support the channel. If you haven't done so already, or if you're new, then do subscribe and turn on notifications. And again, don't forget to check out the gaming channel if you have, you know, any interest in like video games. and you want to see more of me, I've been playing a bunch of stuff over there, so go and check that out. I'd love to get some more eyes on the sort of variety gaming stuff. But next time we'll jump ahead to January in the season and see if we can, you know, again, stay in and around that top 6 and go for another playoff. But that is going to do it for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.